Are you new to real estate, just beginning? Seasoned investor that's struggling with cash offers that just aren't going through, and you're looking for better ways to close more deals? You're in the right place. Each week, I pick a random house off the internet, analyze it for a cash deal and a creative deal. Whether you're just starting out or already seasoned, this podcast was specifically designed to give you practical tools that you can use right away. Welcome to the Corner Barn. I am Chris Thompson, that bearded guy, the creative guy, second generation realtor and investor with 19 years in the business. When I started this podcast, my goal was simple. It was to help beginners and struggling investors close their first deal or their next deal, all while using low to no cost tools to analyze properties and craft strong offers. This is the weekly deal analysis. Let's get into the show. Before we dive into the show, I do want to ask a favor. Can you hit that like button for me? It really helps the channel out, and I appreciate you for it. Even further, if you find this interesting, if you would share it with somebody, it would mean the world to me. This week, we have another YouTube viewer request for Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. We are going to look at 1723 State Street. They are asking $210,000, and they've been on the market now for over a year. I would say there's not a whole lot of motivation there, which could be perfect for a creative offer. Let's take a look at these pictures and see what we can find. Nice and clean, pretty. I like that this is brick versus the wood here. We've got some growth here. This middle unit's really not taken care of much. This unit seems to be well taken care of. Oh yeah. All right, so this is probably the main level. Full disclosure, I have invested in Harrisburg before. Definitely clean in here. We got a wall unit for it's probably AC and heat. An old radiator here, and they put in a little electric fireplace. This is basically a space heater, baseboard heater. They do draw a lot of juice. Another radiator here. This thing's very clean. Not my first choice in colors in here, but we went with the two-tone and some gold. I mean, the one thing that's throwing me here is we got white, gold, some browns, some more brown down here, some beige in the tile, stainless, and then we got brushed nickel on all the hardware on the door. It's just a lot of colors that, I don't know, kind of clash in my opinion. Good size kitchen though. It's probably a bedroom. Big bedroom. All bath. Basement. Wow. They concreted the whole basement, finished it off. It's the first one in Harrisburg that I've seen. Got the dual shower heads. That thing is super high. And laundry in the bathroom. Wow. Really nice decking and fencing off the back. All right. So there is our pictures. Now let's see what else we can find through here. As we know, it's been on the market for over a year. The agent's really not telling us a whole lot here. 4 bedroom, 2 bath. Completely renovated lower level, rear parking. That's a big one, especially in a city. A lot of times, just in Harrisburg alone, I know most of it is street parking and some of it has no parking at all. Bedrooms, 2 bath. Taxes are 2511. Last sold in 24. It wasn't sold in 24. It was listed. That was, I don't know where that number's coming from. So they bought this in 24 for 85,000. Good for them. Looks like they renovated it and they took about 6 months to renovate it. Did really a good thing on the market almost exactly a year ago. Today is now the 20th as of this recording. Been chasing the market down. So they're currently asking about 210. They're asking 210. Let's see what else we can find in here. So here is our estimators from 86 to almost 107. CoreLogic has it at the highest. Average median list is 152. Average median sold is only 100 in 25 days. Let's see here. What has sold recently? Let's see when this one sold. And this sold, oh goodness, $20,000? No way. And they've been renting it for, good for them. All right, that's not telling us what we need. What else? Is this one going to tell us anything? And then this cell, 21. 21 for 85,000. Still nothing anywhere really close to the number we're looking for. Let's keep diving down because I don't think we're going to nail down our ARV or after repair value price just yet. We do know it's not 210. All right, similar homes in the area for sale. There's 180, 160, very narrow. This is probably a little more comparable. This is definitely comparable, 180, 180, 160, 150, 150. All right, so I'm seeing a lot of 180s and a couple of 150s. So to get our ARV, I think we're going to just split the middle on that. So our ARV, I'm going to go with 165. Now let's see what we think we can get for rent for this thing. Apartment, apartment, apartment. Apartment, where's the townhomes? Here we go. All right, 1950, definitely newer. This looks comparable, about 17, 14. All right. I'm picking up a vibe of about 1600. But to confirm that, we're going to jump over and check the HUD website, also known as Section 8, to see what they're willing to pay. I've got it pulled up here on the HUD website, and the numbers look pretty good here. I think they're pretty in line with that 16 that we were looking for. So they are saying this is a 4-bedroom. So I think we're going to just stick to that 1600 number to run all of our numbers. I will drop a link to this site down in the comments. I have it pulled up here on the InvestNest, and this is what we're going to use to analyze the cash deal. I love the InvestNest. It is a super user-friendly site and great for beginners and people on a tight budget. I will drop a link below, and that link will get you your first week for free and 50% off your first month. And Try it out. And if you do like it, come back to this video and comment, hey, I liked it. I don't like it. The good, the bad, and kind of everything in between. So let's analyze this thing for a cash deal. We got it pulled up and reviewing just the basic information here. It is in Dauphin County in Harrisburg, which we knew. Current market value 163, or excuse me, 167. So my guesstimate was pretty on point there. And skip tracing. If you like skip tracing, they do include this in the software. If you don't know what skip tracing is, I push this little button here, and within about 10 seconds, I have all of their contact information. And then I can call them and try to close a deal. But this one is actively listed, and I am also a realtor, so I'm going direct to the agent first. Finance details. There's no mortgage, so it looks like they own this thing all cash, which makes it even better for a seller finance deal. And patient. All right, let's break some numbers down. 1723 state. And we said our ARV was going to be $165,000. And on a cash price, we're going to offer 70% minus repairs. This thing looks clean as a pin. I personally don't like some of the choices, but I think the house overall is in really good shape. So we're not going to factor in any any renovations. So 165 times 70% would give us an offer price of $115,500. And we're going to offer to pay both sides of closing help or closing costs. So that's going to be about 4%. Our lender's going to charge us 2 points, whether that's a DSCR lender, debt service coverage ratio, or your traditional lender or your hard money lender. They're all basically charging about 2 points because that's how the person you're talking to gets paid. No improvements. We're going to put 25% down. I do want to kick this out to a 30-year term. Interest rates for investors right now are right around 7%. Rental income. So we said we're going to stick with that $1,600 for rent. No other income coming in. Our property taxes, that matches, so we're going to leave that alone. Our insurance, I like to factor in $125 a month, which would be $1,500 a year. Property manager is 10%. Tenants paying all the utilities, so we're not factoring that stuff in. And our reserve fund. For me, I call it my war chest, and that's for my maintenance, repairs, vacancy, and CapEx. CapEx are things like your roof, your HVAC, basically your big ticket stuff. So 15% off the top every single month goes into a separate account. The reason I do that is in real estate, it's never a matter of if something is going to go wrong, it's really when. We're going to plan on a 2% appreciation rate on the value of the house, and we'll plan on kicking our rents up 2%. And we are real estate investors. We don't pay full commission. All right, are you ready to check out these numbers? Hey, if you've made it this far in the video, you're clearly getting some value out of it. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like button and share this with a friend. I would greatly appreciate it. Boom! Boom! $290 a month positive cash flow. I like this deal. So for $35,000, you can make $300 a month. Cap rate is almost 9%. DSCR rate is 1.5. Cash on cash, 10%. Return on investments, almost 19%. Well exceeds the 1% rule if you follow that. And here's where all of our figures break out. So if we can pick this thing up, we can make some nice chunk of change. Mortgage is not even $600, and that's all in. More reserve fund. Let's see where we break everything down. By the time we get rid of this thing at 10 years, we're pushing over a 16% cash on cash return. That's really good. We know it makes a great cash deal. Now we're going to do my favorite part and go analyze it for a creative deal. This is my creative calculator. You can download it off of my website, christhompsonteam.com. There will also be a link below. All right, we said our ARV is 165 and our purchase price, you know what? I think we're going to give them that 165 and we are going to say we will pay you 4% interest. Now, to find out our PITI or principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, we're going to jump over to bank rate and figure out those numbers. This is bank rate. It's very simple, just bankrate.com, but I will have a link below in the comments for you as well. Our offer price is going to be 165. I only want to put down 5%, and we're going to offer that seller 4% interest. Our zip code is 17103. Our property tax per month is 210. And our homeowners, we're going to say 125. All right, so 1,083 is going to be our principal, interest, taxes, and homeowners insurance. Homeowners insurance is also called hazard insurance. So just another term to mean the same exact thing. So 1083. 1083, and our potential rents, we're going to stick to that 1,600. Bam, only $117 net cash flow, but we're coming with a whole lot less money. So let's finish this thing out, and then you tell me what is the better route. And our cash to the seller is 8250. This agent's clearly not doing anything, so we're going to try to offer them 500 bucks to go away. We are not working with a wholesaler, so there is no assignment fee. Closing cost is also that 4%, same as we did on the cash deal. That's covering the buyer and the seller side of closing. Cost of renos, this thing's clean, so we're not going to factor that in. 2 months of holding is just 2 months of this PITI, and a good transaction coordinator or TC will be $1,500. So for $19,000, you can make just over $100 a month, and that's about 13 and a half years to recoup your original investment. So not bad. The cash deal, we are looking at a net cash flow of almost $300, but that is also $35,000 out of pocket. On the creative side, you're only $19,000 out of pocket, and you're only going to make about $117 a month. We can adjust these figures a little bit here and there, but ultimately, I'd love to know your thoughts. Which is better, the cash or the creative? That is going to finish up this week's episode in the Corner Barn of the Weekly Deal Analysis. I am Chris Thompson, that bearded guy, the creative guy. We'll see you next week.